So when I asked my uncle what is his secret to his long marriage, he said 40-60. 40-60. I expect 40% back, and I give 60%. And my wife, Julie, does the exact same thing. She gives me 60% and expects 40% back. And so there's an overlap, and so it all works out, and it all overlaps, and everyone's satisfied, and everyone continues to serve in love. They'll be married 41 years this coming Tuesday. These are the conditions of the relationship placed on them at the beginning, and this is what they have followed. Jesus brings up another conditional relationship in the gospel today between a slave or servant and a master. This is not 40-60. It's not even 80-20. It's 0-100. Jesus is talking about the way servants should be towards their master. No master says to the servant or slave, "Hey, can you come eat with me? Have a glass of wine with me at the table after your hard day of work." No, the servant comes in and puts on an apron and serves the master and eats only when the master is finished. And the servant is happy to do it. It should be, because this is my duty and obligation, this is what I'll do, and I'm happy to do it. But remember, every time I say the gospel of the Lord, that translates to what you just heard is good news. And so the good news that needs to get plugged in here, every single gospel passage is missing one key. That is the resurrection. The death and resurrection of Jesus is what plugs into every gospel passage and makes it fully come alive. Because the great thing, one thing's missing is the resurrection and death of Jesus. Because if you had a politician stand in front of you and say, "You will all pay your taxes, and you will be happy to do it, because that is what you are obliged to do," I wouldn't be very happy with that. You wouldn't either. The thing that is missing is the fact that no politician that I have ever known has died for me on the cross. Jesus' actions always match up with his words, and so what he asks of us is completely reasonable based on what he has already given us. Jesus asks for 100% of our hearts, 100% of our love, because he himself gave 100% of his self and his love on the cross. And he continues still to this day to give us 100% in the body and blood of the Eucharist that we're about to partake in. So, I am not there yet. I'm not even 50-50 some days. Some days I'm 60-40. I give 40 and expect 60 from him. But it's something to work towards, and it's something to be encouraged by, that the unconditional love that Jesus has for us is what we are asked to share with him and all those around us. Now, whatever your role in life may be, whether you're a parent, grandparent, son or daughter, or priest, there's always things that we will have to do. I'm sure as a parent you've had to shovel many times, cook meals, change diapers when your kids were little. How many times did you finish changing a child's diaper and expect them to look you in the eye and say, "Thank you, Mom"? Not going to happen. How many times you had a fussy child in the pew and you asked them over and over and over and over to sit down and please listen? How many times do you expect them to look at you and say, "Thank you, Mother, for disciplining me. I'm very happy that you are my mother and you know what's best for me"? That's not going to happen. If you're a child, you obey your parents, you do chores, you do what you need to do, you care for them in old age. This is not really to get a thank you. This is because what you need to do based on your role. I'm a priest. I go in the middle of the night to anoint someone or to visit them as they're dying, be with the family. I spent time writing and praying about this homily, and I'll do other things in the parish. Because I am your parent, priest, son, daughter, this is my duty, and this is my act of love for you. That's what you can say whenever you're going through any of the unfortunate things that you have to do as part of your life. Because Jesus gave us 100% and asked for nothing back, that is what we are called to emulate and model and imitate in our devotion to Him and also the love that we share with others. So as we go forward into this 27th week of ordinary time, we can focus on the unconditional love that we always feel from Him, but most importantly, how we can share that back to Him and share it with others. Amen.